If the World Health Organization is to be believed, then it would appear as though Elon Musk has just solved world hunger. Is this legit? Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans. Welcome to the channel. Great to have you here on board. All the new subscribers, welcome back. Everyone else. Or is this clickbait? I'm telling you now, this is legit, and I'm posing a very legitimate question to you today. Elon Musk donated over 5 million Tesla shares to an undisclosed charity, according to an SEC Form 5 filed on Monday, February the 14th of 2022. You probably already know about this. This is not the interesting part. The interesting part is, did it actually solve world hunger? Why does that even matter? Here is why. Last year, the United Nations said that if Elon Musk donated only 2% of his net worth, they could solve world hunger. Now, Elon tweeted his response, asking for a plan on how they would go about doing this. They provided kind of a plan, but to be honest, it was kind of a joke. Anyway, Elon went ahead and he donated 5,044,000 Tesla shares. Currently, that's worth about $4.5 billion US, but at the time, those shares were worth $5.74 billion US. This is one of the biggest donations in history, period. Now, Teslarati says that the transaction code for the stock was filed under G, which stands for Gift of Securities by or to the insider, or bona fide gift, under explanation of responses. The filing reads, represent a bona fide gift of the issuer's common stock by the reporting person to charity. The charity Elon Musk donated to was not revealed. However, in November of 2021, Musk stated he would sell Tesla shares if the United Nations World Food Programme would describe how $6 billion would solve hunger. The reason he tweeted this is because they went after him, saying that he should donate money to them. At the time, CNN released an article stating that 2% of Elon Musk's wealth would solve world hunger, according to the director of the United Nations Food Scarcity Organization. And here is what David Beasley from the United Nations said. The world is on fire. I've been warning about the perfect storm brewing due to COVID, conflict, climate shocks, and now rising supply chain costs. It is here. 45 million lives are at stake and increasing daily. If you don't feed people, you feed conflict, destabilization, and mass migration. He went on to target Musk, saying, this hunger crisis is urgent, unprecedented, and avoidable. Now, I do believe it was urgent. Unprecedented? Absolutely not. At Elon Musk, you asked for a clear plan and open book. Here it is. We're ready to talk with you and anyone else who is serious about saving lives. The ask is $6.6 billion to avert famine in 2022. On November the 16th, 2021, the WFP's chief, David Beasley, replied to Elon Musk's request. Beasley provided a comprehensive explanation and World Food Plan's plan to solve the hunger crisis. He also provided information on how the WFP demonstrated accountability and transparency. Musk started the donation process a few days after Beasley responded, although no direct or concrete link between the two has actually been established. Now, the WFP obviously clearly claimed erroneously, I think, to be honest, disingenuously, that Elon donating or anyone donating $6.6 billion would solve the world health crisis, would solve world poverty. It wouldn't. Clearly, this was their own form of marketing to raise money. And to be honest, obviously there's a good side and a bad side. I think the intentions of the people involved are partly good and partly selfish. However, the ultimate thing here is Elon Musk did donate $6 billion. So even if you don't like the guy, that's a pretty good thing to be willing to do that. Would you personally be willing to donate about 4% of your net worth to charity? Most people aren't willing to do that. Even though only 4% doesn't sound like a whole lot. Now, personally, I hope it wasn't the WFP that he donated the money to, as I think their comprehensive plan was a joke. They didn't even try to provide Elon Musk what he actually asked for. And I'm quite impressed with the fact that he didn't respond to them and call it out, because it was ridiculous. Now, more than likely, Elon has actually donated the money to his own foundation, which would make sense because then they can distribute it to multiple different causes. And because there's probably not one world charity that could use $5.6 billion US efficiently or effectively. And I think there's better ways to actually solve this challenge. In my view, technology is actually what is going to eventually solve world hunger. And I honestly thought for a long time here that if we were to donate solar panels and batteries to people in poor countries, then we could help them pull themselves out of poverty, because it's sort of like teaching a man to fish. Give a man electricity and he can create anything. He can create warmth. He can create cold. He can build factories. Now that's my view. Obviously my view on this is much more complicated than this, and I do have kind of a detailed plan, and one day I'm going to make a video about my plan for how this would be possible. But I genuinely think by giving people the means to produce their own electricity with batteries and solar power, and solar power in Africa would be brilliant. It's the best country, and it's the sunniest continent on the face of the earth. So solar works better there than anywhere else. Now, what I like about this story is the fact that Elon didn't actually mention the fact that he donated to charity. In fact, he hasn't mentioned it still. He hasn't mentioned it at all. This was just discovered through his tax filings. So without those filings, we never would have known. Personally, I'm a big fan of people who do this. There's a lot of people in the world who do stuff like this. They donate to charity, they donate their time, they donate their money, they donate their effort, and they say nothing about it. And that is what I like about this story the most. Unfortunately, the vast majority of non-profit organizations, based on my own experience working at some of them, show that they run extremely inefficiently. But I'm certain that some of you here watching the channel would have had experience with non-profits, with charities that you know work efficiently and you know get that money and those funds, or what is needed the most, to people the quickest and with the least amount of overheads. So let me know in the comment section below who they are, because I've been thinking lately that I'd like to be more involved with charities, potentially even promote worthwhile charities on the channel. So let me know if you know of any that fit that criteria. Now, I think it's more important to help countries develop their own ability to produce more food. Food is much, much easier to ship than water. If we can help countries and regions and continents to develop their own sustainable, efficient food production that's more resistant to climate change and weather events, then I think that is the best long-term solution. But personally, I think the media should be talking about this story, and as far as I can see, they're not. I can't find this news story anywhere on any main news channels anywhere. But honestly, this is the kind of thing they should be promoting. This is the kind of thing they should be promoting for one important reason. When other celebrities or wealthy people hear about this, Jeff Bezos, for example, they're more likely to want to create their own positive news stories about them and their own brands. And you know what? That may be selfish, but the reality is the more money we can get to people who need it, the better. So who cares how it happens? But one way it can happen is through simply promoting it in the media. So hopefully the media jump on board this story and share it. If you're in the media and you have any way of sharing it with them to get them to actually publish it, then please do so. Thanks for watching the channel. I look forward to seeing you again on the next video. Bye-bye.